solve our next example problem, that is for all unnatural numbers, for all n greater than or equal to 1, for all natural numbers, we need to prove that 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared and etc. so on n square is equal to n into n plus 1 to n plus 1 divided by 6. Okay, this we are going to prove. This is the one result and we need to prove this one with the help of mathematical induction, principle of mathematical induction. So what exactly the principle of mathematical induction is? Nothing but we need to consider the given statement or given result as p of n. That is the first step. Next is you need to replace n by 1 where LHS and RHS should be same. Once these two are same, then we can say that p of 1 is a true. Next, you need to assume that p of k is a true. Is nothing but in the place of n, you need to take it as a k. You have to assume p of k is a true and you need to prove that p of k plus 1 is also true. Okay, while doing that, you should be careful. That is what the problem. Okay, so there only you will feel that difficulty in that. Is nothing but p of k plus 1. How you will prove that means you should get this RHS. In the place of n, you have to get it k plus 1 at the last. Once you will get that one, you can say that p of k plus 1 is also a true. So once you will get that, you can conclude the problem like a given statement is a true for all the natural number n with the help of principle of mathematical induction. Is it clear? So we'll solve on daily 2 problems, okay? Because this is a little lengthy, we'll just go with slowly, okay? Because compulsory equation it is, not this one, in this chapter. This type of equation is a compulsory, okay? Now, let's just listen carefully. The given statement, you need to take it as p of n, okay? That is, p of n is, you just write the given result as it is. 1 squared plus 2 squared plus 3 squared plus etc. so on n square. This is equal to n into n plus 1 to n plus 1 divided by 6. Okay, this is what p of n. So next is what? You need to take let n is equal to 1. In this statement, you have to replace n by 1. In that, you have to take it LHS and RHS. While taking a LHS, you need to consider only a nth term. Don't take it from the first. You have to take it the last term in a LHS. So that is LHS is n square. We took it n is a 1. Therefore, 1 square is equal to 1. This is what LHS. Next is RHS. In RHS, we have more than 2 terms. N into n plus 1 to n plus 1 divided by 6. In these terms, you have to replace n by 1. Even for this RHS also you should get a 1. Okay? There's nothing bad. N is a 1, 1 plus 1, then 2 into 1 plus 1 divided by 6. We can write this as 1 into 2 into 2 plus 1 is a 3 divided by 6. 2 3 is a 6. Get cancelled and this is equal to 1. So we got the value LHS and RHS when n is 1 is the same. That is LHS is equal to RHS. Both are same. Therefore, you can say that p of 1 is a true. For all the problem, you will get the same answer. It's nothing but LHS and RHS. Okay. So till here, you will get 1.5 marks. Okay. LHS and RHS. If you get it the same answer and you can conclude, you should get. Okay. And p of 1 is a true. So after that, you have to write. Let us assume p of k is a true. P P of k is a true means you need to write P of n as a P of k, and you need to call it that statement as the equation 1. Okay. So for all the problems the steps are the same. Only thing is the result or the statement is different, but way you are going to solve the problem is the same. Okay. You have to write P of k is nothing but wherever the n, you just replace it by k. That is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, etc. so on, k square. This is equal to k into k plus 1 into 2k plus 1 divided by 6. Okay. I'll call it this is equation 1. Next is we need to prove that P of k plus 1 is true. P of k plus 1 is a true. Now for this, to prove this one, we need to write the given statement as 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus etc. so on, k square, and you can write the next term of this k will be k plus 1, right? And I can write that as k plus 1 whole square. Okay, this is important. If you know how to write this one, then the remaining is easy. Okay, always you should write after this statement the given statement as till nth term you will write, and you need to write one more term, that is the next term. Okay, so it is nothing but it is a k plus 1. Now with the help of equation 1, we can write this series as 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, so on, k square can be written as k into k plus 1 into 2k plus 1 divided by 6, right? So I just write it this series as k into k plus 1 into 2k plus 1 whole thing divided by 6 plus k plus 1 whole square. Next, if any one term out of the two terms, if any one term is with a denominator, you just take it that as a LCM for all the problem. So your 6 is there, I take it that 6 as a LCM. So your remaining is k into k plus 1, 2k plus 1, and here is you need to multiply, so 6 times k plus 1. Okay. Next is so out of these two terms, I just take it k plus 1 is a common. If I take k plus 1 is a common in these two, your remaining is k into 2k plus 1 plus 6 times here k plus 1 whole square is nothing but k plus 1. Two terms will be there. Out of the two, I just took it one is a common, and the remaining is one more term, that is k plus 1. The whole thing divided by 6. Is it clear? We will simplify now. K plus 1. Multiply k for both the terms. Multiply 6 for both the terms. Is nothing but 2k square plus 1 into k is a k plus 6k plus 6 whole thing divided by 6. Now k plus 1, your 2k square, k plus 6k, both are like terms, you just add it. 1k plus 6k is a 7 times k, and the constant there is only a one term, that is a 6 divided by 6. Now you need to consider, you have to consider this is a quadratic, right? And you need to write this quadratic as a two linear factors. So quadratic means you will get it a two linear factors, so that you should go with the factorization. So here I just solve that factorization aside. 2k square plus 7k plus 6. You guys are thorough in factorization, that means in a 10th standard, okay? I'll just go with a little fast in this. So coefficient of the k square and the constant you have to multiply. That is 2 into 6 is a 12. That is a 12. You need to choose the factor for a 12, and those two factors, if you add it, you should get the middle term, that is 7. So such a factor you need to choose it. So for a 12 you will get it of so many possibilities. Factors is nothing but 2 into 6 is a 12, but 2 plus 6 you will get a 8. I don't want that. I need a 7. So for that, what is the suitable factors for a 12 is nothing but you can go with 4 into 3. 4 3 is a 12, and if you add it 4 and a 3 you will get a 7. That is the middle term 7. Therefore, I can choose the 12 for the factors, that is 4 and a 3. We can write this quadratic equation as 2k square, and you have to write 4k and a 3k with a constant 6. So in these two, I'll just take it 2k is a common. Remaining is one more k and here is a 2. Okay. Next, here I'll take it 3 is a common, k plus 2. Therefore, the factors are k plus 2 and 2k plus 3. These two are the linear factors for this quadratic equation. Okay, you just write that. So in an exam also, you just do it this factorization aside. Okay, don't do it here only. If you do it also, it is not a wrong. But the thing, okay, you should know about that. Here 2k square plus 7k plus 6 can be written as k plus 2 and 2k plus 3 all divided by 6. Now, I can say that with the help of this, p of k plus 1 is also true. How can you say that this is a true? P of k plus 1 is a true. There is nothing bad. You just look up with the RHS of the given statement. There is nothing bad. K plus 1 and 2k plus 1 is there, if I am right. 2k plus 1 divided by 6 is there. So in this RHS, wherever the k, you should get it at k plus 1, then only you can say that the statement is a true for k plus 1. Okay? So this is what the given statement. You just compare this statement with this. Okay? Here in the place of k, we have k plus 1. In a k plus 1, we have a k plus 2. K plus 2 is nothing bad. So here, if you write it k plus 1, there is another one, this one. Okay? So hence 1 plus 1 will be a 2. Okay? Next is there 2 of, in the place of k, if you take it k plus 1, what you will get is nothing bad. Here 2, k plus 1, in the place of k plus 1 will be there. If you simplify, 2k plus 2 plus 1 is nothing but 2k plus 3. That is what this. Okay? Therefore, in a given statement, that too in the RHS, wherever the k, at the last we got it k plus 1. So with the help of this, you can conclude the problem like even p of k plus 1 is also true. So if you get the statement like this, p of k plus 1 is also true, you can conclude the problem p of n is true for all the natural numbers by a principle of mathematical induction. Hope you guys understood this. Okay, the method is the same. Only a thing is how you will get this one. And even you know the answer also. The method is also same and the problem will be statements are different. And even you know the what you should get it. There's nothing but in the RHS whatever the statement, in a statement whatever the RHS, that RHS you should get it like k plus 1. In the place of a k, you should get it k plus 1. Once you get in that form, you can conclude the problem. Okay? Don't mess up with the things. Okay? Just go with slowly this one. So once you understand what type of a problem it is, you can solve it. Okay? All the problems are like this only. Little lengthy, but this is very easy if you understood the problem. Okay? I can conclude the problem now like k plus 1 is also true. Hence, P of n is true for all the natural numbers. By principle of mathematical induction. Hope you guys understood the problem. Okay, the method is the same. I am repeatedly telling that the method is the same and the problems are different, and we have to understand the concept, then every problem will be easy. Okay, the same dialogue until ends this chapter. Okay, so at the last I'll tell you the same thing. The problems are different, the method is the same, you have to understand the concept because it is a compulsory equation. So in this chapter, these type of problems are there. Okay, so don't miss this concept. Okay, so easily you will get it 5 marks. Because in few chapters we can't suspect the question. Okay, what type of equation they'll ask and all. But in this chapter, out of I think around 7 to 8 problems are there. Within that only they'll ask. So even you know what type of equation also they'll ask for 5 mark. Okay, try to understand the concept. Okay, hope you guys understood this. So I thought I'd do it 2 problems, but I did only one problem for 17 minutes. Okay, it took 17 minutes. Whatever. The thing is, you have to understand. That is the important thing. So I try to do it in the next class 2 problems. Okay. Thank you guys.